are live on our website, fox19.com, and the Fox 19 News and First Alert Weather app. But for some reason, Facebook is not loading. So if you normally join us on Facebook to have any questions or comments, unfortunately, it looks like we do not have access to that. I'm not sure what has happened at this point, but we're going to go back here real quick and see what's went wrong here, because we're trying to figure that out. So hi everyone, Meteorologist Ethan Emery here. Apologies that we're going on a little bit later than normal. We're supposed to go live on Facebook every day, but for some reason, technology is not working with us. I'm not sure why Facebook is not working at the moment. Could be down, could be a Facebook thing, could be a blame it on Zuckerberg thing, which sometimes we like to do. So let me try this one more time. I will say that the First Alert Weather Day has ended, so we're not looking at a First Alert Weather Day for us this afternoon. So again, my apologies here. This is kind of you're going to see me work a little bit behind the scenes trying to get this working, because for some reason Facebook was not our friend here for today. And we have to have it on Facebook. So go ahead and put it up here. And here we go. All right. That's all it took was a reboot. That's how it works sometimes, right? So again, apologies for the delay here. Once this loads, we can get going. There we go. Now we're live on Facebook. Apologies for those of you waiting. For some reason, our Facebook page was acting up. Every once in a while, Facebook can do that. But we are now live wherever you stream, including on Facebook, with the Fox 19 Facebook page as well as my Facebook page. Let's get going, because we've been taking way too much time with technological issues that should not be a thing here, but sometimes that's unfortunately beyond our control, beyond Fox 19's control. But anyway, let's just move right on into the First Alert forecast. Right now, we are still looking at a lot of cloud cover out there. We had a lot of fog earlier this morning right along the river valleys, but in this case, no more. We're looking at those clouds beginning to erode here from the tri-state. We'll switch it now over to our Newport Levee camera. You can even see a little bit of blue skies. They're way in the distance from this camera, because they got the low-level clouds, they got the mid-level clouds. They're beginning to move on out of here, and the temperatures right now are sitting at 56 degrees, so very warm conditions here this midday here into the tri-state. We'll switch it now over to our radar and satellite. And as this loads, you're going to see more clearing over to our west. And we're going to be looking at some sunshine here this afternoon and this evening. Now, that being said, we could be looking at maybe the potential for a stray shower this evening into tonight, because what we're going to be looking at is a frontal system eventually finishing its way through here tonight. And it's going to bring us some cooler weather for our Saturday, though briefly, before warmer weather returns by Sunday. So what we've got here this afternoon, we've got this warm air kind of flowing in. It's going to keep those temperatures in the upper 50s, perhaps in the low 60s in a few spots. But as we go into this afternoon, these clouds are going to rebuild back into the tri-state. So though we do have some sunshine out there now for spots, we are looking at more cloud cover returning. And then we're going to be looking at the chance for a few light showers here going into the overnight hours. Again, a light chance. We're not looking at anything significant for tonight. No First Alert Weather Days for us here, at least in the near future. So right now, temperatures again pretty warm wherever you are here in the Fox 19 Now viewing area, despite the cloud cover even. 56 at CVG, 52 in Batesville, 52 up in Middletown, as well as into Lebanon there in Warren County, 51 in Wilmington, 55 in Batavia, and also 55 down in Falmouth. But take a look at this. We've got winds out there anywhere from 5 to 15 miles per hour, even 16 miles per hour up in Middletown, with gusts getting as high as 24 miles per hour. So a pretty breezy afternoon, and those winds are going to remain breezy, or become breezy, depending on where you are, until this evening. After that, the winds will die down tonight eventually, and we are going to be looking at least quieter conditions as we go into tonight. So look at there, breezy throughout the day Once we hit sunset, the winds will begin to die down a little bit. This model is trying to bring in some wind gusts overnight, and I think it's because this model is a little bit delayed with the front as it passes through. The front will pass through. It looks like around midnight, maybe a little bit later. But once the front passes through, the winds will not be a huge issue for us heading into our Saturday. But then we head into Sunday. We got a warm front moving in, and Sunday could be breezy. We're talking about wind gusts on Sunday getting upwards of 30 miles per hour, a big surge of warm air moving in, and then Monday, winds not a big deal. Let's take a look at our forecast model here because, again, we're looking at that chance for some shower activity as we move in to tonight as that frontal system passes through. It's going to bring us a cool down for our Saturday. I'm going to see if this is live on my Facebook page because, again, Facebook acting up, that kind of unfortunately happens from time to time. Okay, we're live on my Facebook page too. Perfect. Just got to double check that. Okay, so here is the forecast model full screen. We've got those scattered showers, although this model is a little bit delayed with that, but do note that we are looking at most of the afternoon relatively quiet. Now, could we see a chance for a shower close to sunset? Perhaps, but do note that we are looking at a lot of quiet conditions for the majority of the tri-state under a mix of sun and clouds. Now, we go into tonight, that's where you're going to see this frontal system, the top left of the screen, begin to make its way into the area. So here you have it. We go to 9, 10 o'clock. There's the frontal system. It's not really strong, but there's that chance of rain regardless after 1, 2 a.m. And then once we go past that point, the front will be past us. And then Saturday, we are looking at mostly cloudy conditions for the first half of the day. And do note the temperatures are going to stay on the cooler side before a warm front moves in, heading into Saturday night into Sunday. Now, I do want to recognize the fact that this is going to be kind of a wild ride with temperatures here over the next 7 days because we are looking at the cooler air moving in Saturday. We've got a cool down coming up on Tuesday, but we are talking about drastic changes in temperatures between there. I believe I have in the 7-day forecast overnight lows below freezing a couple of nights. And then we're looking at highs in the 60s. Yeah, I've introduced 60s in our 7-day forecast for next week. You'll see it coming up in a moment. But here is our forecast model. This is a regional scope because this goes further out and there's more, it's not as precise with regards to exact location of rain. But you can look at the general trends. So here we are, you can see. We're looking at that dry afternoon, then the shower move in tonight, but then by Saturday, drier conditions work in. A lot of cloud cover in the region for Saturday. We head into Sunday, still looking at mostly cloudy conditions, and this continues into early next week. And I do want to add that with the cloud cover, despite the cloud cover, we are going to be looking at a surge of warm air because Saturday night into Sunday, a warm front begins to lift up. And by this point, Sunday night, the warm front's way up here. So we're looking at a kind of a nice surge of warm air for Groundhog Day into early next week. So Monday, looking pretty warm. And then going into Tuesday, this is a cold front here. It's a really weak cold front that sinks in. And then it's going to lift back up by Wednesday, giving us another round of warm air. So Tuesday, you'll see here, a lot of cloud cover. It's a little bit cooler. But then we head into Wednesday. Now, this is when we're going to begin to see some interesting activity developing. So this is Wednesday. You see here, shower activity moving in, scattered, widespread rain. And then we go into Wednesday evening, Wednesday night. What we've got here is that warm front. There's the warm front there. We got an area of low pressure here. And really warm air, really moist air from the Gulf. And so we could be looking at thunderstorms Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, into Thursday morning. So we need to keep an eye on that as we get closer. It's too far out for any kind of specific details, but I do want to focus that our next weather maker doesn't really show up until Wednesday with rain, but we could be looking at thunderstorms Wednesday night into Thursday. You can see this model, again, it's kind of rough. It doesn't really show all the specifics, nor should we show you all those specifics because that far out, timing can change, location of the low can change, and thus change a lot of things. But we're going to need to keep an eye on Wednesday afternoon through Thursday morning, at least right now with the current setup with this system. And both the American model and the European model agree with this. And this is the European model, by the way. But the area of low pressure right up in here, and we've got this pretty strong warm front right here, and then the cold front is up this way. So we've got this surge of warm air, some good thunderstorm energy, so we are looking at the chance for thunderstorms Wednesday night into Thursday. We go into Thursday. There's the beginning of the front, the cold front beginning to sink its way into our region, and then Thursday, scattered showers, perhaps a few thunderstorms as well on Thursday. And then we go into Thursday night into Friday, colder air does move into the tri-state. And then we go into the weekend, February 8th and 9th, and this is something we've been going back and forth on with regards to precipitation. We do know it's going to be an unsettled forecast. We do know that we are looking at temperatures right on that fine line where we could be looking at not only rain but also winter precipitation. And this is beginning to show a trend that I talked about even yesterday on our 7:15 weather show. So this is all the way out to Saturday, February 8th. We've got this unsettled pattern, all this moisture here across the Great Lakes and Ohio Valley regions. And do note the temperature line right along I-70 where it changes over from rain to maybe a rain, snow, wintry mix, which right now shows us more rain than winter precipitation. Now that being said, that can move around. This far out, you're just looking at the trend. What we know, a lot of moisture. Temperatures are a little bit cooler or more seasonable where we are going to be looking at that fine line we need to monitor. But right now, what I can tell you is that we got moisture, we got temperatures a little bit cooler than what we're going to experience Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. But this far out, we're going to need to monitor that moisture, monitor that potential for rain and even winter precipitation. We go into Saturday night of the 8th into the 9th. This system wants to bring in another surge of colder air. And then going into the 10th and 11th, we got additional rounds of unsettled conditions. And unfortunately, we can't go beyond the 7-day forecast at the moment. I have not had a chance to update that, but of course, we always show you that at 6:45 a.m. and 6:45 p.m. So Chief Meteorologist Steve Horstmeyer will give you an update on that 14-day forecast. So here is the updated 7-day forecast. Again, I just updated this. So today's high is upper 50s and low 60s. We go into tonight, our low is down to 30 degrees. So looking a little cold for tonight. Tomorrow, a little bit cooler, 44 the afternoon high, mix of sun and clouds. And then we head into Sunday, mostly cloudy, a high up to 57 degrees. Not too bad for Groundhog Day. We go into Sunday night into Monday, 42 degrees up to 61 on Monday, mostly cloudy. Tuesday, we get a hit with those temperatures. Again, I mentioned we're looking at these kind of crazy fluctuations with temperatures as we're right on the fringe of two air masses. So Tuesday, high of only 50 with a lot of cloud cover. Then we begin to see that system move in, that warm front moving in, heading into Wednesday. Scattered showers, some thunder, breezy conditions. And I'm probably going to introduce thunder now to Thursday because it looks like Thursday could even have that thunder chance as well. But also note, temperatures are the same for Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, all the way into Thursday morning. So we're looking at pretty warm conditions for Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday night. And that's where that frontal system sets up with and where we're looking at that potential for thunderstorms at this point. We go into Thursday, again, scattered showers, thunder, and breezy, a high of 53. And then Friday, a slight chance of showers right now, but it does look more dry than wet. And a bit cooler with a high of 43 degrees and lows a little bit closer towards freezing. So the warmest day we have right now in the 7-day is 61 Monday. And the coldest day we have is tonight, or I should say coldest night, is tonight with a low of 30 degrees. And I do want to add that going beyond the 7-day forecast, we do have lows in the 20s. So we're kind of looking at kind of that other warmer air mass trying to push its way into the Ohio Valley. So we're talking about highs in the 50s and 60s for at least the majority of next week. Take a pause here real quick, take a look at our Facebook comments and questions since we now have access to it after about 5 minutes of work I'm trying to pull all that stuff up. Not many people on the Facebook page right now, understandably so. We were a little bit late on that. Again, Facebook's fault. You can only do so much on our part. Take a look at my Facebook page real quick. I got a few comments there. All right, Darla says, good afternoon, Ethan. Hope you're having a great day. The sun is peeking out here in Aurora with some clouds. Yeah, so we are looking at that sunshine moving in. It'll be in the Cincinnati metro area here in the next hour or so. But we're looking at more cloud cover moving in as we head into the evening, and then tonight mostly cloudy as that front passes through and will give us that chance for a few showers. Betty says, please no more snow. We can't rule it out. It's still winter, February. Even though we are forecast to see a lot more precipitation, and given the La Nina pattern we're falling into, that usually is aided by a little bit of a surge of warmer weather from the south and west. However, there are times where you have a strong enough air mass and a strong enough cold front where you do have that colder air moving in, and we could see wintry precipitation, especially going into the following week. So going into February 8th through the 14th or 15th, there are those chances where we could see wintry precipitation. Of course, that far out, a lot of unknowns. We can't really make a determination as to what the precipitation type is right now. But as we get closer, we might have a better grasp for that. But there are going to be opportunities of rain-snow mix during that time frame. Betty says, no more cold. Hey, you know what? This time of the year, the coldest we got is 30 tonight. In the next 7 days, that's not bad. Sarah says, hey Ethan, hope you and everybody here is having a good, safe day. Loving these warmer temperatures. I'm sure. I know a lot of folks enjoy the warmer air. But with the warmer air, we are looking at, again, the potential for rain and thunderstorms Wednesday and Thursday. Jeff says hello, also adding, hope you're having a great afternoon. And then Jeff also adds, I guess it's getting closer to the severe weather. Now, this far out, you can't make that determination just yet. But we are looking at different parameters, different tools to make sure that we're on top of things for Wednesday and Thursday. But we are going to need to keep an eye on Wednesday night into Thursday morning with that potential for some thunderstorms, as I mentioned, and along with that, gusty winds. Two ingredients that could potentially bring us something like that. But this far out, a lot can change. So we're not going to put all of our money in, or all of our eggs in that basket right now, especially with the fact that timing could change quite a bit. We've had rain showers in the forecast Wednesday and Thursday the last several days, but at this point, the timing of that system could bring in some impacts in terms of whether or not we could see the potential for stronger storms, whether or not we could see just rain versus thunder. A lot of things go into that. But again, I've been looking at the data, and I had to make some big changes with the temperatures that reflect the latest data here at this point. And I will be making a couple of updates to this. I was trying to get as much of the updates as I could, but time ran out. And not to mention running into the issues with our Facebook page, which are now resolved, which is good. But at this point, we'll take a look at some final questions and comments before we go ahead and close things off. All right. No more comments on the Fox 19 Facebook page. Take a look at my Facebook page. Betty says, hope you have a good weekend. Thank you. I'll be here giving you the 19 at 6 weather show at 6 p.m. We'll make sure that we kind of dive a bit further in that because we don't have as much of a time limit as we do on noon weekdays because we got now the Natty coming up at 12:30. Mike says, no more snow, please. Can't guarantee it at this point. Still got month of February to go. And still have, of course, March. Sometimes you get snow in March. Sometimes you get snow in April in this region. So we can't count it out, but we are looking at a general warming trend And I don't mean that because we're getting longer and longer days, but data is suggesting that we are looking at above normal temperatures through the month of February, though we could see a mid-month cool down here into the region. But at this point, we're going to close things off because I got to get some stuff ready. I'm going to be live at 4:30. We're going to be at the Cincinnati Art Museum, a pretty cool event there, and it's free, and it starts at 5 o'clock. So we're going to be live there for that. So I'm going to put the reporter hat on this afternoon, but I'm going to make a couple of changes to the 7-day. We'll post the update on our website, fox19.com/weather. And of course, I'll post a video update. You'll see it on the First Alert weather app. I'll do a push alert here in the next hour or so. And it'll also be available on our 24/7 weather streaming channel, which right now is undergoing some maintenance and should be back online here pretty soon at this point. So a lot of work to do on my end here this afternoon, but we'll see you at 4:30. I'll at least, hopefully you see me at 4:30. If not, meteorologist Catherine Bodak has an updated First Alert forecast beginning at 3 o'clock on Fox 19. And of course, the chief will be in at 5 o'clock on Fox 19. And of course, he's got you covered on the First Alert 7:15 weekday evening weather show. So that'll do it for us here on our 19 at Noon weather show. Have a great afternoon. Stay dry and a bit warmer. So don't want to say stay cool, but we are looking at colder conditions tonight with that frontal system passing on through. Again, more details on that on the Fox 19 First Alert weather app.